Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
And welcome back. Hour number 2, Let's Talk Hookup, right here on the Let's Talk Hookup app of the mighty 1090 ESPN Radio. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup here, right next to a very busy San Diego landings here in Point Loma. And we have Chauncey Preal, Captain Chauncey Preal from the CJ out of Channel Island Sport Fishing, having a great time talking some fun fishing here.
Yeah, no doubt. Just something that's a little outside of my zone of knowledge, and I just love hearing about it. And it's, I mean, these guys, you guys just flat get them, man. It's cool fishing up there, and like I said, it's easy and close, and it's a cool striking distance. And like, this is going to be my next trip to go travel and go do. Like,
fun stuff.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I want to thank Bill Varney for introducing me to Chauncey too. Yeah, Bill's he knows all the guys up there, and he said you got to have some guys from Channel Islands on, and so hooked up with them through Bill, and so glad it worked out.
Yeah, me too, man.
This is fun, and there's a lot of great captains up there. I mean, I've learned a lot from many of them. I mean, it's a great group up there, and I'm sure if you can get them out here, some of them they'll it'll be interesting.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll have to get you guys out here all together one time. Well, speaking of great times, we're having a lot of fun this morning. If you want to join us, we want to hear from you. Give us a call in the second hour at 213-432-1090. Again, 213-432-1090, or keep those texts coming on that Let's Talk Hookup app. It's the only way you can send a text to the show, through the Let's Talk Hookup app. And man, do you want to do that? And like we said before, make sure you include your contact info when you send a text. It's not like a normal text. You got to throw your name and your phone number in there, because if you're the lucky texter at the end of the show, or the lucky caller who happens to be pick the big prize via the coin flip, somebody's going to get to go fishing on a full day open party trip on board the CJ. Like, you're going to get on all this great fishing that we've been talking about throughout the show. One lucky caller or texter at the end of the show going to get in on that fun. So great times going. Hey, as promised, it's time to find out what's biting out there. It is time for our catch report. Man, get the lowest prices possible on gas for your car, your truck, or most importantly for your trailer boat, only at Summit Gasoline in San Diego at the Sports Arena. You can get California fishing licenses 24 hours a day. They sell discount bait certificates. They have beer, soda, snacks, and 100 pounds of free ice with a minimum of a 35-gallon purchase. It's Summit Gasoline. Go in, say hi to Martha and the friendly staff. There's so much more than just low prices on fuel. A super easy in and out pull through with your boat trailer. It's Summit Gasoline at the San Diego Sports Arena. We're going to find out what's going on the water with our private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish of Pacific Edge, has our fishhope.com report. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Ricky, Pete. Welcome back, buddy. And
thanks.
Chauncey. What a great show you guys got going on, man. I love this out of the area stuff. It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally agree, man.
It's our backyard, right?
It really is.
Well, sort of, yeah.
And we have
just different.
And we have so many listeners too in Santa Barbara, Ventura, San Fernando Valley. This is their backyard. That's where they go.
Well, I just think like the hub of listenership to Let's Talk Hookup. So many people make go and turn left on the freeway and go south. There's spectacular fishing the same distance going the other way too.
Yeah, same but different.
Same but different.
It's awesome. So, well, guys, in terms of our local fish report here, the beat goes on. There's very, very good offshore fishing in so many areas, so I'll just kind of focus on that again this week here. Now, last week we were talking about that bluefin that just swam right into Santa Monica Bay, drove those guys crazy for a little bit, and up above Doom there a little bit also, and even some of the Channel Islands had a little bit wandering around there, sounds like. But that setup all changed and moved back offshore. A little more traditionally there, but 286, and you don't really hear about that little bank. It's just a little nothing bump on the bottom there up above the west end of Catalina, 7 or 8 north of the west end there. But, man, there was some heavy volume hanging out there. Foamers were up everywhere in the late afternoon the last few days. And then from there, working southwest toward the more traditional sector, that ridge above the west end of Catalina there, that 125, 172 zone, traditional marlin areas for sure. I mean, I fished there a million times, and there is a few marlin there now also. But, man, there's a lot of tuna fish fished along that ridge. And then continuing out towards Santa Barbara Island and the Osborne sector, and then down from there to kind of like the Snail 499 zone, and then in toward Cat Canyon and down the backside of Catalina to the east end. That's all got fish in it, guys.
Jeez, that's a big spread.
It's a lot of fish.
I mean, it's a big area and just tons of fish and a lot of big ones. And it's really interesting. I mean, I talked to some of my customers there, and one guy says, you can only get bit on a fast plug, fast trolling, And then the next guy says, no, the only thing that's biting is, spreader bars. And then another guy says, screw all that trolling stuff. You got to be drifting live baits. And they're just biting on all kinds of stuff.
That's so
There's
cool.
just a lot of fish in there and so many big ones. And, and also a lot of the guys, especially on the bigger boats there, fishing at night, drifting the jigs through the schools there, they're biting the jigs. So it's just it's been just crazy how much fish is there, and it's been there for quite some time and no reason for it to go. Now, I do want to make note of something for you guys, and you need to be paying really close attention for you guys poking around up there. That MPA that's on the southeast corner of Santa Barbara Island, stretching down toward the Osborne, it goes multiple miles off the island. I think it's like 6 miles, something like that. You got to check on your GPS. You seriously want to stay out of there. And even if you hook a fish outside and you have to follow it a little bit and it takes you over the line, you're still able to get a ticket. They are starting to write tickets up there for that. Don't ask me why. It's ridiculous. But it's a true story. I mean, I had customers a couple years ago that hooked a marlin on the Osborne, which is well outside the line, and was taking them up toward kind of the anchorage there at Santa Barbara Island. And the guy comes up, says, hey, you can't fish in here. He says, well, we're following our marlin. And he said, that doesn't matter. And wrote him a ticket.
Get out of here. No,
my
gosh.
That's there's a two-word thing for that. Yeah.
Easy.
It's like really bad.
But shifting gears here just a little bit from the bluefin zone down to the yellowfin zone, I had the opportunity to go fishing again. Finally, got my wrist and hand operational, thank God. And we're fishing down there in your part of town on Sunday, out around that southeast corner of the 302. And small spots of yellowfin, not bluefin, yellowfin, although we caught some bluefin also. And I got to tell you guys, my favorite outfit was working really good. CalStar GG270H 8-foot with a little Pen 25 narrow. But the key was that 25-pound gold label fluorocarbon and a number 2 Mutu hook and a hot bait, which we had some beautiful bait from Mission Bay there. Oh, my God. And we'd stop up above these spots and they were chasing the bait upswell. We'd let the breeze blow us downswell on them when we throw a few baits and they come and boil up, and they were biting.
Nice.
They were biting, but they were definitely liking that lighter line, smaller hook, hot bait scenario. Yeah, but it was really fun fishing.
That Cigar Gold label, that's such great stuff.
I'm glad you said I put that stuff through its paces at Cedros this week. My rod of choice, we fished a lot of fish that were in the kelp line. Like Cedros has so many like kind of offshore high spot areas of kelp, from all the long range fishing, the 3 fathom spot and the 12. Like there's a lot of off the island kelp areas, and that a lot of that big yellow was in it. And so I was fishing a Tranks 500 with 80-pound Max Quattro and like a 3-foot piece of 60-pound gold label. Dude, I mean, fish after fish, you're basically hooking them in the kelp stringers, and fish after fish after fish after fish dusts you into the kelp. You put a big bend in the rod, you start pulling backwards. Next thing you know, the fish pops, cuts through the kelp and comes through that line. I had 25 yellows without ever changing that piece of top shot on it. It's so good. It's so good. But it's still skinny and it's still kind of supple, and it's not so stiff that the jig doesn't swim with it. Yeah, but you're fishing a piece of 60 pounds, so you're not losing anything. I love that stuff.
It's good stuff for sure.
Yeah, they got a real winner with that. Because so often we've seen in years past, somebody comes out with this spinner line, but you can't tie knots in it.
Right.
And this stuff is just awesome. But anyway, and one other thing I did want to mention here, guys, unfortunately for you guys who want to go up there and fish in that tuna zone, I mean, you're going to have to put on your big boy pants and fasten a seatbelt. It's a little choppy up there right now.
We talk about that.
A lot choppy.
Well, and of course, fishdope.com, Danny and Jeff and the boys all have the great information for you. $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup Now, lowercase, no space. Hookup Now is your $20 code on fishdope.com. And how do we find you, Mark?
We're in Huntington Beach. We're on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger, and by the Chevron station, of course. And phone number is area code 714-840-4262. The website is PacificEdgeTackle.com. And like always, I just want to remind you guys, you should really listen. It's time to go fishing.
Yes.
There's so much fish and so many places. They're biting.
Go for it. Yeah. Hey, Mark, appreciate that report, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
Okay, you got it, guys. We'll see you.
All right, let's head down the coast now out to Mission Bay and Seaforth Sport Fishing and talk to our buddy Marcos. Marcos, what's going on at Seaforth?
Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing today?
Doing great, buddy. I understand there's some good fishing going on this week.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but this is definitely that time of year where the fish counts getting kind of repetitive. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. We're still seeing a lot of good calico bass fishing on those half days. The full-day trip, seeing yellowtail and dorado, and actually still a handful of bluefin and yellowfin in the mix on those full days. The overnights, very similar count, seeing a bit more of that bluefin and yellowfin, very good yellowtail fishing. And the longer trips, even more, seeing, they have a little more shots of those bluefin and yellowfin. But overall, great fishing. This is the kind of stuff that, we want. Catching good-sized yellowtail, too. Those aren't the, 4 or 5 pounders. These are fish averaging in that 10 to 20-pound range. There's some bigger fish mixed in there. Great dorado fishing, yellowfin, bluefin, everything you could want on, a full day or a 1 day, day and a half trip there. So overall good fishing. Said very similar to what we've had for a while here. And like Mark was just saying, why aren't you fishing right now? It's definitely time to go fishing there. Head to the website, seaforthlanding.com. You can make your reservations there. And definitely make reservations as soon as you can. San Diego is almost booked up through the month here. The Sea Watch is running some fill-in trips there, so we definitely have a few other trips available, and as those trips fill up, we'll add whoever we can. But talking August, September, a lot of those boats are tough to get on. So give yourself some time. Get on those trips, the half days, the full days, the 1 day, day and a half, lots of options for you there. You can make your reservation straight online. You can give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. Come down, visit us in person, make some reservations, pick up some food next door, and then get out in the water and go fishing.
Man, great report, Marcos. Great job, as always. Glad there's such good fishing going on at Seaforth, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
And hopefully I have more of the same next week. Like I said, competitive, but very good.
No reason why it shouldn't, man. All that bait out there and all the good fish. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, speaking of Seaforth sport fishing, we got a little bonus to our report. We got Captain Mike Pritchard of the Tribute on the line. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
It's been pretty darn good here lately. I didn't know I was going to call right on top of Marco, but very, very good fishing here recently. Yesterday's 1 day trip had 94 yellowtail and 50 dorado, and they're all really, really nice, great fish. I mean, pretty darn good kelp fishing here. This morning's interesting. It's breezy and foggy all at the same time, but we have a handful of dorado and a yellowtail on the boat, just kind of waiting for it to clear up here.
Breezy and foggy doesn't exactly make for the best kelp spot and weather.
No, and it's bright and dark at the same time. I don't even know how to.
What's that all about?
Other than that, it's great.
But we do have most of our the rest of our month here is either solid or chartered. We do have a 2.5 day lead, 15th, the Seeker sponsored trip. Still has plenty of room on it. Good chance to come out and win a rod. Sometimes on these trips, guys end up winning more than they spend on the trip, and half off pizza port beer. But with this fishing, with the bluefin mix and this kelp fish, it's a good time to be on a 2.5 day.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
And we're looking forward to having you in the studio here in the World Headquarters a week from tomorrow. Next Sunday, Captain Mike from the Tribute will be here talking fishing, right?
I'll be there, yeah. Hopefully we got some more good stuff to talk about. But in general, it's either been limits of yellowtail. We're starting to see a lot more dorado, some more yellowfin showing up. And really, just like when I called in, I think, last week, the quality of the yellowtail, there's fish up into the 30-pound range. And most of them are, they're good ones.
That's awesome.
Good dorado. one of the Dorado, our charter master, Bill McFadden caught this morning. He's like, it's a 15-pounder. 15-pound Dorado is a pretty nice fish.
That's good fish.
A 15-pound Dorado looks like about a 30-pounder when you're going to hold that thing. Well, that's really cool, Mike. Sounds like some great fishing for you guys.
Yeah, very stoked. And like I said, it's pretty full coming up here. All weekends are gone from now until, I think, mid-October.
Wow. Will I be losing them there?
Yeah, cutting in and out. But, hey, we'll look forward to seeing you in the studio a week from tomorrow, next Sunday. And also, if you want to book a trip on the Tribute, seaforthlanding.com, Seaforth Sport Fishing. Give Marcos a call and book a trip on the Tribute and tributesportfishing.com. Hey, Mike, we'll look forward to seeing you real soon. And thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right, that's going to wrap up our Catch Report this morning. Again, sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. The very, very busy Fish Pros this morning with all that great catch coming back. They're the best processing when your fish returns to the San Diego landings, whether it be a long-range trip, a local trip, or from your private boat. Plus, with Fish Pros The Market, you can now purchase fresh fish. They have smoked and jerkied fish. They offer all of those killer spices, the rubs, the smoked cheese, the tuna burger, that amazing poke kit, and the brand new ceviche spice. Stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or call for details and order online at fishermansprocessing.com. And be sure to check them out on Instagram at The Real Fisherman's Processing.
And I talked to Sean at Fisherman's Processing yesterday. They're inundated with reservations and phone calls also. So if you haven't been able to get through to Fisherman's Processing, the best thing to do, he said, is text them. Text your reservation in to the regular number, 619-255-3128. You'll get a response that way. If you make a phone call, you're probably not going to get a response because they're so busy cutting fish and answering phones and stuff like that. The best way to do it, just text them at that 619-255-3128 and make a request to make your reservation for your upcoming trip.
Hey, my name's Pete. I'm going on Royal Star on August 25th. I got a 5-day trip. I want to put my name down for reservation.
Yeah,
right.
That's it. And then Melanie or Sean will get back to you.
Cool. Very cool.
Very good.
Well, let's get back into the phones. They are packed solid. Great catch report. Phones are busy. Everybody wants to talk to Chauncey. Let's do it and talk to Chuck. He's calling us from Dana Point this morning. Hi, Chuck. Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning. Welcome back, Pete.
Thanks.
Up there is the land of the monsters. I've gotten a lot of my big fish up there. But back in the day, that was a secret spot for the albacore late run. You go up there and get the monsters. But we all love calico bass fishing and stuff, and that Western Outdoors still has a couple rock cod rumbles up there, I believe. Been up there a couple times on that. Super fun. Everybody's professional up there. And, it's just fishermen. But the black bass, when they come around, they swarm in just like calicos. It's so fun, Ricky. You guys love calico fishing. You'll love the black bass.
Yeah,
I've only caught one down there.
No, I think you're talking about black sea bass, black bass.
Yeah, the black rockfish, like the black rockfish that come in like bass.
You're talking about the blue bass. Yeah, the blue bass. Okay. It has to be blue bass. So blue rockfish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They'll definitely attack a boat.
Yeah, because they have blues and blacks, right? And the blacks are more commonly a little farther north.
See them a lot in Alaska.
Right.
Yeah.
But blue bass would be the same kind of deal. Yeah, they look very similar, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, it's basically calico bass fishing, killer eating, and they're voracious.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you go fish that stuff and it could get pretty fun. I mean, fishing on sliders and lead heads and stuff like that. They'll move in when we fish in the shallows, fishing for whitefish, sheephead. So now even sea bass they'll move in and it could be very fun.
That's cool.
If you like it. Yeah.
Thanks for the call.
You mentioned something that was perfect segue into this next text question, and this was from John in Point Loma. Said, "Hey guys, I'm absolutely loving this show. Since that's the land of it, can you please have Chauncey give me the pros approach to fishing a leadhead and squid? What size leadhead, and how do you fish it with the rod in your hand?" Again, that was John in Point Loma.
Yeah, good question. There,
I work with I work with John Fuqua. He was really great at it, and he liked the 3/8. Me personally, I like the 3/8, but I always adjust to the current.
Really?
You have
what style lead
That's
head?
lighter than I would have thought.
So, well, it's because just the way it sinks.
Sure,
it depends on the
sure.
current. And you want it to sink slow, go back slow, and you don't want it up here. You want it kind of like mid column, kind of slow. That's where everything comes from it. And that was the take I took on it. So I support John. The 3/8 has been very key. Yeah, right.
Any particular style, or just a regular lead head?
You know what? You can use the regular lead heads. Like you throw on big hammers, but it was like a I don't know what they call that type of style of lead head that we use. Who's in the I can't.
The boxer head.
Yeah, it's kind of like roundish, round out head. It's kind of round out and it sticks out this way. Yeah, it was
like these banana style heads.
Yeah, it's some of those like that. Yeah, those work as well and. Different styles, different hooks because of the hooks. I think so.
I was going to ask you that too. Like, obviously, the thing with leadhead and squid fishing, you might be catching a blue bass or you might be catching a big sea bass. Like, how stout of a hook do you need to be using? Do you ever see problems with that, or because you're using the longer rod and the lighter drag, you're not? Like, what's your thought on that?
Well, that's one of the things with the lead heads. Like, you can get fish a little, the standard ones that put on a big, like a big hammer. But those hooks are small, So when it comes, ideally when it comes to fishing a lead head, you want a bigger hook. The bigger hook is going to be better. A lot of times you'll fish and keep just getting robbed, and But
because you can hook a big one,
right. So and then you don't want to get your hook straightened out or anything like that. But the hook size is definitely key. Yeah, you don't want anything too big, but you don't want it too small as well. So,
speaking of big fish, a good text from Greg in Huntington Beach. He says, wants to know what the biggest white sea bass you've caught on your boat is.
As me running it, I'm 55.
That's a nice one. Yeah. That's you want a strong hook for that one.
Oh yeah. I already have the 7 knots on there.
That's a good one.
That's a texture.
Yeah, it was. But this year they had 66 on the Cobra was the biggest. 66, right? And we were all right there too. Yeah. So
what was prime time for this year? What was the week this year? Was it in March, April, May, June?
I would say. What are we in? That's how much we've been working.
I know. It's like August, yeah.
It's August. Yeah. I'd say end of June.
And
July.
That was prior.
Last year was June. I think this year we started getting a bit earlier, but I think July. In July we had some pretty nice hits. Then end of June as well.
Oh, nice.
We went to three fish limits. So it was.
There was biting.
It was
That's cool.
Yeah, when they started going off like that, it doesn't matter as long as your hooks, your bait's down, they'll turn on it. But a lot of times when it's skittish, you got to get them right in it.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're screwed. But when it's not, they'll turn. Everybody get a bit.
I still think that's such an interesting way that you're fishing that sea bass up there. It's just so unconventional to what a lot of it is, and I love it. I think it's weird.
It's real sea bass.
You're fishing for them. The boat's in gear all the time, running, gunning, try to get over the school, drop your baits in them, miss it, get over them again. Hey, got it. We plucked off 5. As soon as you catch those, you're firing the boat back up, trying to drive over the top of them again. You're hunting them.
Believe me, I love it.
And I bet the adrenaline. I bet the adrenaline for you and the crew and the passengers is all super high. And everybody's like standing by, waiting for you to give the word, and the PA, let them go, and that's got to be high energy.
It's high energy and it's high strain.
Yeah, sure. A little stress in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, because I tell a lot of people, I'm like, it could be the first 10 minutes or it could be the last 10.
Yeah,
the moment you give up on me and the moment
you got to be ready.
You have to be ready. Yeah, because the moment they give up is they're not ready. I've had it times where I'm like, get them down. Nobody's ready. One person down. You had your shot.
Somebody's inside heating up their burrito and the hot Santa they're all ready to go. Like, that's it.
Oh yeah. No, believe me, it's maddening.
And you run limited load. If you've only got 10 guys or 12 guys on the boat, if 4 or 5 guys are up BS, that's 25% of your passengers that don't have a bait in that ball.
Right. No, and like I said. You may only have one opportunity, and you may have lost it. So I tell them,
be ready.
Believe me, be ready, because I'm not driving around zigzagging for nothing. Fuel prices. Have you seen the fuel prices?
Yeah.
No.
For sure. Hey, let's jump into those jam-packed phones.
They sure are jam-packed. Sean and Lomita is up next on Let's Talk Hookup. What's up, Sean?
Hey, good morning, guys. I just want to say I had a couple friends that came back on a charter on the New Land. They chartered it for 3 days. There's 10 guys on the boat. They said, we just want bluefin. So you got like 44 bluefin. About 20 of them were over 100, including a 207, which was the biggest fish, and they are eating the California flyers. So there's it still worked. I mean, whatever you put in the water, I think is going to work. But they did get big fish on the California flyers, just for an update.
That's
and then
awesome.
I went and said, since I'm with my son, I went on a half-day boat on the Monte Carlo, and there was just the bait tank looked like the 1980s. Had squid in there in August and anchovies. Chauncey, with the big influx of all these anchovies, how has that changed the fishing up around the Channel Islands? And what about those big halibut that came in the spring? We used to see big halibut up to like 50 pounds, like at Santa Cruz Island. Do they still show up when they spawn, or is it Santa Cruz where they show up? So the
last year and this year. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, last year and this year, they had some great spawns. They moved in pretty great. Before that, it's just they kind of been, I remember the first closures, and we would do the halibut fishing, and going out and getting 38 fish days of halibut.
Jeez.
And I was a part of that, and to see this stretch of halibut fishing being horrible, and to see it from last year to this year, it was night and day. Now, there hasn't been a lot of big fish, but there's been a quantity of fish, a couple big ones mixed in. So you have a shot of catching something big, but you also have a great shot of catching a keeper when it's biting.
Like Sean's talking about, Channel Islands is so synonymous with the opportunity at a really big one. Would you say there's a particular month that if you were wanting to catch one of those, elite class big halibut, what would you say is the best month on average?
We used to do it, we used to think the spawn was back then was with March and April, but. Yeah. We got bit in June.
Yeah, sure.
And then we kind of seen it again. Yeah, so I think
same
it's just moving.
Yeah,
it's just moving. Just like everyone, rockfish move, halibut move. They adjust to where they're getting disappearing.
And there's such good grounds where you're at. At any point in time on any trip, you could catch a lifetime size halibut.
Absolutely. Yeah. The six grounds that is cycle. No, it's cycle. Yeah. And that's what it's probably doing again. Yeah, it's just before back then there was probably so much fish. You didn't see the major cycles. Yeah. Now we're seeing the cycles as it moved in. So but big fish potential. At these islands, there always is if we're fishing it.
We like the cycle we're in right now.
Absolutely.
We'll take it. We'll take that just fine. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More your phone calls, more your texts, more great info with Chauncey. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now, you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
When you want dependable service for your outboard or a new or used boat, your first choice should be H&H Marine at their new location, near where the 5 and 805 freeway meets. North County, Central, or South, the new H&H Marine is near you. They also have added an amazing lineup of boats for both fishing and pleasure cruising, like Barletta and Godfrey pontoon boats, and Hurricane runabouts, all on display. Defiance fishing boats and many used boats are available too, along with Yamaha and Mercury outboard sales and service. Speaking of service, Jeff and his crew have you covered. As a factory-authorized Yamaha and Mercury Service Center, H&H Marine will be sure the job is done right. They have Blue Water Bait Tank, both cells and expert installation, as well as Tachycat inflatables. The perfect tender for your boat. For outboard cells and service, pontoon boats, fishing boats, and bait tanking systems, check out H&H Marine at their new location, 10685 Roselle Street in San Diego. Check hhmarinesd.com.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
The perfect day is my family and I on the boat out on the waterway. I love it. Nothing but sun, snacks, fishing, and of course, life jackets for everyone. Save the ones you love. Life jackets save lives. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, talking Channel Islands on the CJ, talking a lot of fishing.
Yeah.
If you want to get through, it has been a we have literally had phone lines packed solid since before the start of the show.
And text like crazy now.
Yeah, and they still are.
You're a popular guy, Chauncey.
But you certainly have an opportunity to get through. Again, 213-432-1090.
Hey, let's head to the Eastern Sierra right now where the fish are biting. We have Ryan Dorr from Adventure and Camping. Good morning, Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Hey, doing great. How's the summer been at Adventure and Camping?
It's been a great summer. You know, after a couple years of kind of strangeness up here with the COVID closures and the wildfires, great summer. Beautiful day today, beautiful blue sky after about 2 days of rain, which is unusual.
Really?
And
wow.
so, I mean, we've had some just beautiful weather and everything is great up here.
Well, that summertime rain just makes things that much better and that much more beautiful up there in the Eastern Sierra. So let's talk about Adventure and Camping. For those of our listeners that may not be familiar with us, why don't you describe what you do?
Sure, thanks. So we rent travel trailers, and of course you can rent travel trailers a lot of different places, but what makes us different is we're going to take that trailer out for you in the campsite of your choice, and we're going to set it up. We're going to have everything ready to go, so all you need to do is show up. Maybe you want to bring your boat up. Maybe you just want to drive your car up. You don't want to haul all the way from Southern California up to the campgrounds up here. We're going to set it up. When you show up, you're camping.
Oh, so awesome. And Ricky, you've done it, and it is that easy, right?
I really got into fishing Mammoth a few years ago. It was at the recommendation of Pete and of Bart. And when we first started going up, we were doing the kind of hotel motel thing in Mammoth, and then we tried the Airbnb cabin type thing, and then we did the tent and Bart turned me on to Adventure and Camping, and it is
man up at the show.
It is man. Like it is such a cool thing, and it's so easy. They have a really, really easy to follow website with a lot of trailers, and anything from a small trailer where if a couple buds want to go up and just have a home base and a very, very affordable trip, because I have done it all up there. I've done the cabin thing. I've done the hotels. This is, in my opinion, it's the least expensive and nicest option. Those two things don't come together.
And you can get Ryan. You can get a super deluxe camper if you want, or something super basic. Right? It's kind of the full range.
Absolutely. So we've got about 10 or 15 different models. We've actually brought back one of the bunkhouse models we were going to sell off this year, but we wanted an economy model just based on the fact that all prices are going up so crazy this year. So we brought back one of our big, huge bunk models that we discounted down. But we've got everything from a basic short little trailer that you can fit in just about any campsite. In fact, those are brand new this year and very well appointed, all the way up to super big 30-foot models that come with, griddle, all your camp chairs. We're going to give you firewood for your stay, everything that you could need while you're there, with the exception of your food. You go get your food on your way up, show up and start fishing.
So you bring the barbecue up, the campfire, the whole thing, huh?
And I gotta say,
absolutely.
it really is that easy. Like, so many people describe that kind of thing, and it's a lot of work. I'm telling you, firsthand, it is that easy. Like, so much so that now, we haven't. The last two trips we went up and stayed with Ryan, we didn't even go grocery shopping ahead of time. We just, we drove the car up, put the dog in the back, hauled ass up the hill, stopped in Bishop at Vaughn's and got our groceries. groceries, and by the time we got there, the trailer was already set up. The fridge was already cold. We put our groceries in, and we were camping in Mammoth for a week with just no hassle. It's so killer.
It's so great. And the cool thing is you can go on the website adventureandcamping.com and set all this up a la carte, right? Right, Ryan?
Absolutely.
Whatever you need, for whatever you need, whatever you want, it's all right there, right?
Absolutely. So if you go to our website, adventureandcamping.com, very easy to use. You can pick the trailer model you want. You can kind of scroll through all the different trailer models. We've got floor plans and photos of everything. You can choose your dates. You can choose your background. And we're very upfront with our pricing. So you can kind of mix and match and see where you want to go, see what your budget is, and kind of figure it out from there. If you want a generator, you can throw that on there, see how much that's going to cost. If you just want maybe you have your own generator, you want to bring that up with you. That's fine too, and very easy to use. And we're getting ready here in about 2 weeks to go into our discounted season. So right now we're still in our summer season. These are our peak rates, but starting about the third week of August, with the exception of Labor Day weekend, we're going to discount our rates down 30% for the rest of our season through when we close in mid-October.
This blows me away too, because that's literally the best fishing. Like the best fishing happens in the fall.
Best weather, everything.
It's the one thing that trips me out about that Mammoth area. Like you get to the fall, the fishing becomes the best, the weather is killer, and all the people go home. Like it's the best time to go do it.
Yeah. So if somebody, so starting in the third week in August, 30% off all the rates for everything pretty much at adventureandcamping.com is what you're saying.
Yeah, and we're going to give that to everybody. But I'll tell you guys what we're going to do too is new folks, new listeners to Adventure and Camping, mention that you heard us on the show. We're going to give you an additional 20% off on top of that. So if you come up starting the third week of August, like I said, with the exception of Labor Day weekend, through when we close in October, you're essentially going to get 50% off of our summer rates.
Wow. Holy mackerel. That's a great deal.
Right, well, I got to get my space then. So
regular 30% off, but if you mention Let's Talk Hookup, you get an additional 20 off, so it's 50% off your regular summer rates, which that's a no-brainer.
It's a killer deal at full price.
Yeah.
Like I said, you try to do this with any other style of staying up there and have the level of accommodation they provide, and you're instead of driving from your motel, you open the door, you take 6 feet out, and there's Twin Lake or there's some creek that you're on or wherever else. I mean, there's so many places to put the trailer. It's a no-brainer.
So and how's the availability? I mean, I know you guys have been super booked up. How's the availability for? And you say you're open through October. Or through mid-October.
So we're open through mid-October. We do have quite a bit of openings in September and October. But we still even have some openings now. We've kind of been changing up the way that we've been booking things just based on pricing, and unfortunately we've been hit also with the work shortages and things like that. So, but we're making it work, and like I say, we're actually on pace for a record summer. So you can still find availability through us. You can still find availability on the campsites. Right now we are encouraging everybody to get campsite reservations, which is separate from us. You can go online. We use recreation.gov is one of our favorite sites to go and reserve your campsite. But there's also a lot of private campgrounds up here that aren't affiliated with any sort of a government campground. All those can be found on our website. So on our website, adventureandcamping.com, you click on the campgrounds page. We have links and phone numbers to all the campgrounds up here, and you're going to find a lot of them that are private, and those are the ones where you can a lot of times, even though some of the government-affiliated campgrounds are full, a lot of the private campgrounds can fit you in last minute.
Nice. Yeah, all right. Cool. Adventureandcamping.com is where it all starts, and our listeners get 50% off starting the third week of August. That's a phenomenal deal. Just mention the show, and Ryan and his crew will take care of you. Ryan Dorr, sure appreciate you joining us here at adventureandcamping.com, and we'll look forward to hearing from you again for a fall report.
Can't wait to do it. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Ryan. Great job. Well, phone lines.
Have a great day.
Thanks, buddy. Phone lines absolutely packed solid. Everybody wants to talk CJ, so let's do it. Let's jump back into the phones and talk to Rich. He's calling us from Camarillo this morning. What's up, Rich? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning, everyone. I wanted to know what the best time of the year would be for lingcod fishing, and how do you like to set up for those?
Lingcod, I would say September. Or September's kind of been the time we start seeing them more. You know, everybody's more concentrated on the rock fishing, so you know that's the typical month that would probably start. Can you catch them now? Absolutely. I would set up on a single dropper loop, and just fish. You know, the sardine. The big bait. I mean, you could also fish, you know, the big, large artificials, or you know, if you're good with the irons, you know, the heavy metal.
You get mackerel sometimes?
Oh, you can get it. Yeah, you can fish mackerel, or you can fish some sand dab.
Oh,
you know, it depends.
Okay.
It depends on you know the adjustment to everything.
Right.
We figure it out. And then we attack.
Find the spot.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the cool thing about going on a boat like the CJ is that you're just a small group, and Chauncey's out there every day doing this, and he'll say, "Okay, we need to do this today." That's the idea, right?
Right. Yeah. It's you know, I mean, we I have everybody pretty much try something different until we
figure it
out. And if we did, another boat did, you know, my other captain did, my other captain Steve Chesley, you know, we all kind of key into figuring it out.
Sure.
So once we do.
With sand dab fishing, do you fish a single hook or do you fish a trap rig?
With the sand dab? Not just single hook.
Yeah, big single hook on a dropper loop.
Right.
Because the one that you're fishing for is going to eat that thing regardless. Like you don't, the one you're after with a bait that big, you don't need to worry about a trap hook.
No. They'll inhale it. Yeah. Their mouths are.
Yeah, they're giant.
Coming at you pretty big here.
Yeah.
So,
What's the biggest lingcod you've had on the CJ?
You know, the biggest one we've had was 25.
Oh, 25-pound lingcod.
Right. And my other captain was driving the boat that day.
Holy
Steve Chauncey was. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, and my trip was we had a 20-pounder.
Wow.
And we actually had that filmed in too, and we had that on the. He said it was a accidental catch. No, yeah, it was some funny. Grubs he was fishing and
rockfish or something.
Double hook. Yeah, exactly. We're like, whoa,
what? Look at that
20-pounder.
Yeah, nice. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. Hey, Chantel in Oceanside has a question. Like a great sport fishing boats, the CJ is a tough one to book on Saturdays. When do you post your schedule, and can I sign up early?
My schedule, it doesn't get posted until around January, February.
And you'll post for the year?
Right, and then that's what goes up because I get all my charters. They start getting me around November. And we once our last ones come around February, and then we hand it to landing.
And that's when the open party.
That's when the open party comes about.
So what if you want to charter the boat?
You can go through me or you go through Landon.
Okay.
Yeah, you go through Cisco's phone number 805 382-1612. You can get a hold of them or you can get a hold of me. 805-827-0170. But if you miss any of it, this is our website, my Facebook, and the Channel Islands website as well. So Channel Islands website, running down on everything.
And your website is what?
No, well, it's just
through the landing.
Through the landing.
Right,
okay, but you do have you're active on Facebook too.
Facebook, yeah, my Facebook, right.
And that's CJ, SEAJAY.
Yeah, sport fishing, right.
Yeah,
right.
All right, very good.
Cool. Hey, another great text came through. Good morning, guys. Chauncey, have you been seeing bluefin on the trips that you guys do? Also, do you guys ever target them? If so, what's the main target? That's all from Daniel in Santa Barbara.
Have we seen them? You know what? When it came out down the coast, I was sea bass fishing. The guys seen them and they got them. The Island Fox got some a couple days ago on a crew trip. I went on a crew trip. Yeah, got back yesterday morning. I didn't see them, but did push in the shallow. Closer to the beach. A couple other skips got them. But I mean, will I go for them? Absolutely. If people want to pay to go and open party, I mean, I'll take you.
Yeah, you said you're a game fisher.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I might adjust the times. Might leave at 7, fish at 7. If it's coming up later, I mean, it's just all about adjustment.
Yeah.
But if it's there and people want to pay, I mean, just I mean, get at us, get at me, get at the landing. I mean, I'll put if I'm open party and everyone wants to do it, I'm all for it.
The thing I like so much about your boat too is with 12 guys, it's not difficult to put a charter group together. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to find, to track people down, and this guy's paying for that when you're talking 25 and 30 guys. But to put 10 guys, 12 guys, 8 guys, whatever, you can charter the boat. It's very affordable.
Right. What is your charter price?
Well, $1837.50. $1837.50. That's a full day, and then half days. It goes up. Overnight to like 25, and then 2 days. Everything just bumps up more and more. So
but that's really reasonable.
No, it is. It is. I mean, we don't have a galley. We don't have a galley. We got bungs.
So you bring your own food.
You bring your own food. You save a ton of money.
Yeah.
And like I said, the environment's no different. You hear me, joking with everyone all day. So I kind of try to make the best environment there is, whether while catching fish or not.
You guys are very popular for a reason.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate, to.
Well, you work
to have who we have, and I guess I've heard the term more than once, Captain Midnight. So I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, hey, it means you try hard. Let's jump back in the phones.
You got it, buddy. Up. John in Escondido is up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Hi, John.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Great show as always. Hey, Skipper, what do you guys? How do you take care of your fish when you get them on board?
We got kill bags. And we have we slush it. So
nice.
All the game fish we got, we'll throw them in the kill bags, and then we slush it down to keep them nice and processed.
Primo.
And that's how we do it. It's a smaller boat. So much room, but our big kill bags they handle the load.
That's cool.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot for the call. I have a great text here from Mario in Pasadena. Chauncey, do you still fish the area below called the Deep Hole? And can you talk about that area? We used to fish calicos at night there, and I've heard that's the famous spot, the Deep. I've always heard about the Deep Hole.
Yeah, that's where I caught my biggest sea bass.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Now, where is it, and what is it?
So it's down the coast from where we're at. It's probably about, I want to say, close to between 10 to 15 miles, probably, within that range. About an hour and a half to get there. So, it's in front of the condos. It's probably like a mile or two off the beach. And you can see them right there. It's just a notorious structure spot that I know back in the days, they used to take twilights out there, and I got requests, hey, let's do some twilights and let's go soak a leadhead and squid and try to catch some bass.
Yeah.
But the sea bass, I've had sea bass on there in my younger days. Caught my first one on there in the plastic.
Why is it called the Deep Hole?
Yeah, it's just I couldn't tell you exactly, but I just know there's a series of structure all around that whole area right there, and then it's just it has to be a something where that structure dips in.
Maybe
it doesn't seem like it to me. I mean, because the structure always
it's just structure,
right? It's just all structure, a lot of it, and then there's kelp surrounding going up and down the coast a little bit. So, I think it's just...
And it's very close to where you are.
Oh, yeah. Hour and a half. I'm around an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
That's cool. Hey, great text. It says, I'm super enjoying this show. Chauncey, could you talk about coming up under the Fuquas and Steve Kelly? Those are two of my favorite captains from up in your zone. Mike from Rosemead.
Absolutely. Highly respected man. I would never put my name alongside them. I would, that's just not my type of style. I've learned from John a lot of stuff. I've learned from just about everyone, but John on this style of fishing is what I learned the most from. I worked with him under his hand for, not much, but under his son, Donald Fuqua. But,
good guys to come up under from.
Great guys.
That's
great
awesome.
guys. And, it was great experience, and it was a piece that I needed to complete a part of my career to get my license. Small boats, calico fishing, fish different, learn current, how to set up on spots. Steve Kelly, he's considered one of the best out there in the last 40 years.
That's cool.
And there's stories behind it. A lot of my customers used to run with him too, and they love to run with me, and they said there's a reason why. It's just
fishing with you reminds me of going with him.
Sometimes, maybe cool. Because I'm a yeller. I'm
passionate.
I'm very passionate.
Yeah,
it's only for the right reasons.
Yeah. I love it.
But what's amazing about that whole Ventura, Santa Barbara, Oxnard area is there's a lot of captains that are throughout the San Diego fleet, the Orange County fleet, the LA fleet that grew up fishing in that zone. So there's something about it. You create some. Look at the Kavanaughs. They grew up there.
Sean Stewart.
Sean Stewart's up there. There's some very fishy people up there.
Yeah, those islands are are very, very different, I would say. I mean, I haven't been here to operate a boat on these islands, but I mean, I fished all islands, and I'm like, my adjustment is very quick.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Have you seen any salmon?
No, I wish I have.
Yeah.
I've been around when we caught them on the boat, and I mean,
there was a year I remember a long time ago.
93, 94.
Yeah, that was
95, 96. I mean, I was working on the boat already, and have 40 salmon on the boat. So,
really?
Yeah, I started off on the Gentleman, so I mean, big cattle boat. Doing salmon trips.
Yeah,
and it was. It was awesome.
But again, it's a cycle. It could happen again.
Back in the cycles again. My boat will be one of the first ones there.
You'll be on
it.
Harold Davis told me that they're biting off of Morro Bay, which is not that far away. Yeah. So it could happen. It's not over yet.
Yeah, no, it may cycle in one year because where they used to come. So the river mouth, they're find that bait, we'll be good.
That's cool. That works for me. Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's going fishing with Chauncey. We're giving away a full-day open party trip on the CJ when we come back. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Dana Landing in Mission Bay is the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. This is Mia. Come see me and our expert staff for everything you need for your next fishing trip: food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. Our tackle shop is certainly one of San Diego's finest. We have you covered from bay bass to big tuna, and people that can help you get set up right. We also have Dougie, one of the best reel repair guys around. Need freshwater tackle? Head to East County Bait and Tackle, the best rods and reels, the hottest freshwater lures, and live bait. ECBT has an amazing staff who love to share their passion for fishing. We now also have Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, both fresh and saltwater tackle, right in the heart of Lemon Grove. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Maple View and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle take 94 to Broadway in Lemon Grove, and Dana Landing is right next to the Dana Lawn Tramp in Mission Bay. Check danalanding.com for more details.
Top anglers know the best hooks are made by Gamakatsu. But did you know Gamakatsu also makes amazing tackle storage solutions like the G-Box 3200 reversible utility case for easy tangle-free jig storage? Check out the Gamakatsu spring lock spinner. It helps give swim baits additional flash to entice those bites. Gamakatsu also makes a line of fishing pliers, clothing, and more. For the complete lineup, check Gamakatsu.com for your local tackle dealer. The lighter the bite and the cleaner the water means one thing: need a thinner leader for more natural presentations. That's where Seaguar Gold Label leader material shines. It's Seaguar's thinnest leader material yet. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural representations for better catch rates on leader-shy fish. With exceptional knot and tinsel strength, this advanced leader material is now available from 2-pound test for fishing trout in the Sierra to 80-pound test for big yellowfin in Guadalupe. Get Seaguar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at Seaguar.com.
It's time for the Power Pro 30-second seminar. I like catching big fish, and I like smaller reels, too. How do I make sure that I have the capacity to land the big one? I fill my reels with Power Pro Max Quattro. It's 25% thinner than standard Power Pro, so you get more line on that small reel. Power Pro has a complete series of highly effective lines, including the brand new Power Pro Depth Hunter Offshore, with different colors every 100 feet. Perfect for flatfall fishing. Want to learn more? Check PowerPro.com. So let's talk hookup. Okay, it's time to find out who's going fishing on that open party trip. We got our potential texter. We got our potential caller. Chauncey's going to do us the honors and flip the coin for our caller and texter.
There we go. All right.
We got the caller this week, the Big C. So Alex in San Carlos, you are going fishing on board the CJ on an open party trip. Congratulations. You're going to have such a good time.
All right. And Chauncey, fantastic. Thanks for making the drive down from Oxnard for us this morning. I know it's a long drive, but it was so awesome to have you and talk about your operation up there, the CJ, Captain Chauncey Preal, out of Channel Islands Sport Fishing, a.k.a. Cisco's, right?
Right.
How do we get a hold of you if we want to go fishing with you?
You can get a hold of me. You can get I got a Facebook. Has my number, all my contact number on there. CJ Sport Fishing, SEAJAY Sport Fishing. My number's in there, but I can include it, 805-827-0170. Or you could also go through Cisco's Sports Fish as well. Go to the website. Our numbers and their numbers is included. And if you can't get to the website, their numbers is 805-382-1612. They'll be more than happy to get you on my boat, another boat. We have a great fleet, that specializes in just about everything. Leaves from overnight to 8 a.m. So
super knowledgeable people, and
right.
that's so awesome.
Absolutely.
And book in advance, of course. It's very popular.
Right.
And if you want charters, you'd contact you for like next year. You want a charter?
Right. Yeah. I'll start taking them in around December. My first ones they come through in November, so I have a lot of reoccurring passengers that book with me
that are coming
yearly.
back.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, great. Thanks, Chauncey. Appreciate you very much. And
awesome job.
Thanks to Christian for manning the boards and the phones, and of course Adam, our app master, for doing the app. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Captain Art Taylor from The Searcher will be here talking some serious fishing here in Southern California. Thanks for listening today. Thanks to all the texters, all the callers, and all the listeners out there for making Let's Talk Hookup the best. We appreciate you, and we'll see you tomorrow morning right here on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio and the Let's Talk Hookup app.